All right, so it is day 19 of our passage and we're gonna make landfall today, and I can see land right now. So I just wanted to kind of do a little vlog journal entry and ask everyone to do the same, just to get everyone's opinion on how the trip went. So first off, how do I feel? I feel really good, but and I feel excited, but I also feel really tired. It's been kind of an exhausting trip, especially for me as captain, you know, having to manage the sails and the sail plan. You know, I didn't really sleep very deeply, and if the sails are flapping around and making noise or there's an issue, it's going to be me who has to kind of get up and help with that. So I've been pretty low on sleep chronically for the past 2.5 weeks. I'm very excited to get there though, and looking forward to catching up on sleep.
It's a mix of emotions, for sure. There's a lot of excitement. I'm really ready to be on land again, to walk around, to go on hikes, to have options. There's only so much you can do day in, day out on a boat. Although sometimes it feels like you're busy with just very menial, everyday tasks like cooking and sleeping and going on shifts. There's just not much variety. So I'm excited for variety again. For sure. And just to feel sand under my feet, to feel dirt when I walk. Yes. To go swimming. Some people think, oh, you're on a boat, you must be swimming all the time, but it doesn't work that way.
Hey everyone. What? Oh, I've got a fish coming back. Okay, back again. We had a Spanish mackerel or a barracuda on the line there, but he got away when he got to the boat. I'm Michael, and yeah, we've just arrived, or just arriving a few hours out from French Polynesia, from the Galapagos, and I'm feeling great, to be fair.
I feel really excited to arrive in French Polynesia in Marquis Island. It seems really amazing. It seems like we can see the island now. It seems very remote, very wide place.
I'm excited to go for a hike. I'm excited to step on land. I'm going to kiss the ground. I'm excited to eat some food at a restaurant. The food we've had on board has been amazing, but it'll be nice to just be able to order something and know that you're not troubling your crew to make it, and you don't have to deal with dishes afterwards. Excited to drink beer. So we've had a mostly dry passage, except for at the halfway point we had beers to celebrate the halfway point, and we had wine one night for Luca's birthday. So I'm looking forward to drinking some booze.
I feel like it's just been a really long and interesting journey. I've never been in such a small space for this period of time, and there's an element of like you go deeper into yourself in some ways because you don't have the same kind of outside stimulation that you would have in your normal life. Usually we can check our phones and we can distract ourselves with any number of things and events going on and different friends, school, work, you name it, right? But here you're just disconnected and you're on a boat and you're with the same people every single day. And thank God for those people. I mean, if we didn't have each other, I don't know what we would do. I know some people sail by themselves, and I really respect that. I think I would go stir crazy. I'm really thankful for the other crew and for Matt, our captain. I'm really grateful to everyone on this boat. The support that we give each other, for sure. So yes, kind of an inward process. I think since I started traveling about 8 months ago, I left Canada, and when you travel, it's just kind of like this whirlwind of experiences, and it moves very quickly, and you're always changing, always doing something new, always meeting new people. And I was traveling with a friend, and then I left and I was alone, and everything happens very fast, and you don't have much time for reflection and to look at what's going on in your internal process. And so when I came to the boat, I was transitioning from just this kind of go, go, go lifestyle into like, wow, now I have a lot of time for introspection and to look inward. And some of the things and the reasons why I left Canada came up for me a lot, like some cyclical thinking. And it's good. It's stuff that you need to work through that maybe you don't want to work through. And then when you have the time and the energy and the patience and you have the right surroundings, you can work through them. So I was trying to keep a journal and really pay attention to emotions and thoughts that were coming up for me. Because we don't have this chance very often to be so distraction free and to really be in tune with your body and your mind and your heart, what everything is telling you. That's something that I really appreciated about this trip, and also something that was difficult at times, for sure, difficult. Yeah, I was having just really intense and vivid dreams. I feel like my inner psyche was working through things because now I have the space for it. Yeah, which is wonderful because now we're coming to this new island. I feel refreshed, I feel cleansed, I feel ready to move on to this next chapter. And we really don't know what to expect. So this has been something in all of our minds. Like we knew after we left Panama, we're gonna go to the Galapagos. And then our time in the Galapagos went by very fast. And then we knew, oh, we have to make this huge crossing. And there was so much work and provisioning and getting the water maker running. And it kind of was like task after task. And then just the momentum that goes into getting yourself on the water and ready for the sail and then making it through, kind of like every day is one day closer. But sometimes you don't think that much about like, wow, I'm actually going someplace, I have a destination that I really don't know much about. And so when you see that land, you start thinking, wow, it's really happening. Like we're gonna be setting foot onto this land, we're gonna be walking, who knows what it holds for us, who knows what experiences we're gonna have here. I think it will be really beautiful. And to do it with people that you've spent the last 20 days with, right? And we're not sick of each other, at least I hope not. But it's wonderful because there's a lot of anticipation and you share that together. You're all living this shared experience and you're all excited for different things. And so when you finally reach the point where you're at your destination, you're doing this together. And I think it's a really beautiful thing. Really beautiful. It's not just like taking an airplane and being there within a few hours, which is how most of us travel nowadays. It's not like that. It's a long travel. And the journey is part of the travel, it's part of the experience. I certainly wouldn't have gained as much as I did on this trip sailing as I would if I just hopped on a flight or hopped on a train. Different way of life, for sure. It makes you think about all the people who have sailed the waters before you and what it was like before navigation, what it was like before all the modern day technologies that we use to sail, how difficult it would be using apps, using the stars as your guide. Really interesting stuff, for sure. And I'm thankful for our AIS.
I don't know nothing about Polynesian culture, so it will be very interesting to exchange with people, know about their culture, everything, know about, see the landscape, discover all of this, yeah. And more to meet all the people over there and how they think, their way of life, and yeah, really excited, really, and I really want to go hiking, to go surfing, to go snorkeling. Yeah, I can't wait for this after 3 weeks on sea. Was long, but was very nice also, yeah. Very peaceful, peaceful of the ocean. The moon by night, moon was beautiful, the star, a lot of shooting star. The fish, sometimes we saw some birds in the middle of the Pacific. We don't know from where they come, how they do for sleeping, for rest, for very nice. I think it was long, but at the end I will miss it, yeah. But we will have over sail trip after, so I'm not worried for this, yeah. Not worried.
So yeah, French Polynesia, I don't know much about it, to be fair. I'm hoping to get a little bit of surfing in. I know that Luca likes surfing too, so we're going to try and find a few breaks to explore. Also just looking forward to learning a little bit more about the culture, doing a few hikes. Obviously the landscape here, both above and below the water, is supposedly spectacular, so looking to explore that as much as possible. Nearly 20 days. So I joined the boat in the Galapagos, and I didn't know the rest of the crew. From the moment I got on board, it seemed pretty natural, and everyone was super friendly. It's been an amazing voyage. Really nice to connect a bit deeper with all of the crew. Matt's been a great captain. Very relaxed, which makes everyone else relaxed, which is good. Passing down a lot of knowledge, and allowing everyone to learn as they go, which is a nice way to captain a boat, I think. So first of all, a big thank you to Matthew for his time and providing the opportunity for all of us to have this amazing adventure, and also to Celia and Luca for being amazing crew. Great company, great chefs as well. We've eaten very well, and it's I think it's been really important to have a crew that gel well. 20 days on a small yacht together isn't a short period of time, so we've been really lucky, I think, in that we've all got on so well. So a big thank you to you guys too.
I think the best parts of the passage were the crew. This team that I've got on board has been amazing. Everyone has been empathetic and paying attention to each other's needs and helping each other out and filling in for each other when someone's feeling a little bit out of it or whatnot, out of sorts. I've struggled with a bit of chronic seasickness that I think is due to post-COVID. Michael had an ear infection for a while, and the others kind of stepped in and picked up the slack when we weren't feeling 100%. So definitely the crew has been an amazing part of this passage.
So I'm thankful for our auto helm. You look over, you see that little wheel turning, and you say, oh, okay, it's covered. We had to sit behind that wheel and be turning it ourselves every day. It would be a different kind of trip. Also, we'd probably be way off course by now.
I'm just really happy with how the boat has performed. The auto helm hasn't missed a beat. It's ran for the past 3 weeks straight, 24 hours a day. The rudder didn't fall off. If we lost our rudder, we'd be in a lot of trouble. And although we had a few small mechanical failures, we were able to repair or make do with our mechanical failures, and I'm really happy with this boat. I'm really happy with myself for the maintenance I've been doing on the boat, and I'm really happy with the weather. It's been amazing weather, amazing wind, no squalls, and except for yesterday when we lost our wind and had to motor for about 12 hours, our wind is back, as you can tell. And we've been sailing about 95% of the way, so maybe only 15-20 hours tops of motoring on this trip. And my engine, although it's got a high number of run hours, has held up very well.
I really enjoyed just getting up in the morning and seeing the sunshine and making a cup of coffee and then sitting and looking at the ocean. I really enjoyed that part, and then I really enjoyed being on shift, which seems crazy, right? It's like, who wants to wake up at like 1 in the morning or 4 in the morning and have your sleep cycle totally disrupted? But actually, it's a really beautiful time, and we don't get much alone time on the boat. Like we're all together all the time, and we have a wonderful vibe going on, but also like your own personal time is so important. So when I was on shift, I would just listen to music and I would think about things that were circling in my mind and maybe some things from back home and what I want for my life and my friendships. So I'm like feeling grateful for the people I love back home, who I know are thinking about me and I'm thinking about them. And look at the stars, look at the moon, the way the moon would capture the tide and the tips of the ocean waves as they were breaking around the boat. It was really quite a sight. And I've never spent this much time by the ocean. I mean, I live on an island back home, so I'm used to being around the ocean all the time. Everywhere you look, there's ocean on Vancouver Island, right? But not to be in it in this way and to know how far you are from anything solid. There's a sense of feeling free, but almost too much freedom, like nothing to tether you down. Although we wear tethers. Yeah, so I really enjoyed the shifts. I really enjoyed the nighttime, the stars. You can have some beautiful views of the stars out here, the sunrises, the sunsets. We had a full moon, and that was just spectacular. Seeing the full moon out here, when the clouds permitted it, of course. And seeing different constellations. I saw a Southern Cross, which I've never seen before. And it's a different view of the sky, one that I've never encountered. To be able to see these stars, these constellations, really special. I also think getting to know our crew better in a more close and intimate way, that is something I enjoyed a lot too. I mean, you can get to know a person in so many ways, but when you are with these people day in and day out, and that's all the social interaction you're getting, like you end up talking about lots of personal things and you end up laughing and you all go a little stir crazy together. And I'm surprised that we didn't have many conflicts. That was a pleasant surprise. I thought for sure all of us coming into this being so close and so confined that there would be some areas of conflict and rubbing each other the wrong way. But we all got along super well. I'm really happy and grateful. It seems we got lucky. We just found personalities that meshed on the boat. It's great.
You know, with passages like this, because it's mainly downwind sailing, it's predominantly about the people you do it with, and it's been really nice to have a combination of the social aspect of the voyage, but also a little bit of time for self-reflection. You know, self-improvement. I've been trying to do a lot of French along the way, studying French, which I've been trying to learn for the last 5 years unsuccessfully. So I think I've made a lot of progress, which I'm happy about.
I don't know what we would have done differently.
You know, each of these experiences is what it is, and what you make of it. So, you know, I wouldn't wish to have done anything differently. I think we've done it in amazing time. We've provisioned it well, and most importantly, we've got the mix of crew right. So yeah, I don't think I would have done anything differently.
Our rice maker broke. Maybe we should have bought a backup. I think we got lucky in a lot of ways. Before we were leaving, instead of focusing on the things that we could have done differently, the things that are coming to mind are the things that we did right. So we almost left with one tank of propane when our other tank had like a meltdown, a big episode. First it leaked, and then we tried to fix the leak, and we thought that we had, and then we realized it was empty, but the officials were already at our boat. We were getting ready to leave. And we really thought about just leaving on one tank, and because we wanted to get there. But we didn't, and thank God for that, because the next day that tank just lost it and it was bubbling all over the place. And not even halfway through our trip, we ran out of the first tank of propane. And we probably could have made it, because if we were on one tank, we would have been a lot more sparing and judicious. But I love making tea. I love making like a nice hot beverage when you're on shift at night and not being able to cook like we're doing, because there's not much to do on a boat. Like getting creative in your cooking is like a really important part. And keeping yourself happy in the ways that you can is very important. So I'm grateful that we had the wherewithal or the smarts to not leave that day and to wait until we were able to get a new propane tank with us.
I'm not sure what I would have done differently. Maybe I had a few more spares on board for miscellaneous repairs. Oh, what I would have done differently was I would have checked my furler and found that the screws were missing and tried to replace those screws before we left. Other than that, I may have elected to have pre-cooked more food ahead of time, but that only gets you, 4 or 5 days into the trip tops before you have to start making your own food. So there's not much I would have done differently. Good people, good boat, good food. I can't think of what I would have done differently. Really, really, really happy with this.
If I could do things over again, I think I would have downloaded more content onto my phone. There are times that I really wanted to watch something and the service was so slow in the Galapagos, so I got a few small documentaries, and then I was just trying to download whatever the hell I could, so I downloaded like Shrek 2, which is not I don't even want to watch that. What was I thinking? So yeah, like some other things to keep you entertained when you just kind of want to veg out. That would be nice, for sure. But in a way, in a sense, it's, everything is perfect. As it should be. Because this is a time for disconnection. And you can really enjoy not having those things, not having that content, not having the ability to contact people. There's a lot of things you can learn from doing that.
Very excited right now. I'm very, very excited. I'm feeling very emotional. I'm on the verge of tears right now. And I know I'm gonna cry a bunch today. Just 18 days, 19 days at sea is such a long time, such an incredible amount of time to be away from civilization. And I'm just so proud of myself and so proud of this boat and this crew for accomplishing this. This may be the biggest passage I ever do in my life. And we did it really, really well. And I'm just really, really proud of myself and us for doing it. There's so many things that could have gone wrong that didn't. And even very experienced sailors may not ever do a passage this long in their lives. So I'm starting to feel like I'm actually a sailor now. I'm starting to feel like I can actually call myself a sailor. And it's not like a technical term because, ooh, I've got a boat and I sail it. Like, no, like I'm a world sailor now. Labels aside, I feel good. And I feel very accomplished. And I've never been this far from home, I think, before. I've been to India and Thailand, and that was pretty far from home, but like to have sailed from the Caribbean now to halfway across the Pacific Ocean, and the plan is to keep going. I've never been to the Southern Hemisphere until now. I've never been this far west until now. Man. My heart is overflowing right now. I think the GoPro won't pick it up, but you can see land right ahead. It's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful.
Another part of the passage is the end of it, I think. As beautiful as the time and the duration we spent on the water is, the end of something, right? The accumulation of waiting, and then you're finally here and it's happening. So I'm looking right now, I'm looking at land, and that's a highlight. Seeing land. not just big, open blue waters. Here's the land. It's really cool to know that we have time. We're gonna be here for probably 3 months in the Marquesas Islands, and to know that we have that time to really explore. We're not rushed. Sailing is not a rushed business. You don't get there fast, and you don't want to leave fast either, because you spent all this time and effort to get somewhere. You want to see it, you want to explore, you want to take your time, be relaxed about the whole thing. So yes, lots of things I'm grateful for, lots of things I'm excited about, lots of knowledge that I've accumulated.
And yeah, if you get the opportunity to come on board Stardate with Matt, I highly recommend it, because you know, he's a great guy, he's a great captain, and I know he's up for a lot of adventure coming up, so definitely keep it in mind.
That's good enough.
See you soon.
I'm gonna go and throw some more beers in the fridge, so we have lots of cold beers.
And what's more,